Welcome back to the YourTown television program. My name is Joy Anderson, and I'm the Member Relations Manager with the Monterey Peninsula Chamber of Commerce and your host for today's program. My next guest today is Kyle Soliven, who has just recently joined the staff at the Chamber as the Membership Development Manager. Welcome, Kyle.
Thanks, Joy.
So, Kyle's done many things being involved with the Chamber, but he was telling me a story just recently that for the last 6 years he's been wanting to work at the Chamber. So the other day was just his first day, so we're so happy. But he's had a long history with Chamber. But let's back up a little bit and just talk about Kyle and the fact that he also grew up on the Monterey Peninsula. So tell us a little bit about, you and, some of your outside activities.
Absolutely. So I was born and raised in Monterey County. My mom went through a period of buying and selling houses. So we lived in Seaside, Marina, Prunedale, Monterey, just kind of bounced around every 2 years. So I went to Monterey High School, then I transferred to North County in Prunedale. I then went to college at CSUMB, so I really stayed in this community for my entire life.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
We love when people go, to the university here locally and stay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of our goal in that we're trying to, build a network or build businesses so that, our graduates do stay with us. But
absolutely.
Yeah, and I know you have hobbies. I know you're into horses.
I do. I show horses pretty competitively around the state and sometimes travel outside of California, but that is a big hobby of mine, and really the majority of my free time is spent doing that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And so what kind of horse is it?
I have a little quarter horse. His name is Bam Bam. I've had him maybe 4 years now, and he's just a quirky little thing that I adore and love so much. So,
so that's your family
that's
right
my
there.
Family.
Yeah, that's your family.
Yeah, no kids.
So, let's backtrack to, to your chamber work. And I know you started off, you were working with one of our members,
absolutely,
one of our previous members,
yeah.
And you became an ambassador.
I did. So I started working with a company in Salinas who was a member of the chamber, and it was a sales role. So I needed to really get involved and start networking and meeting people in the community. And so I joined the ambassador committee, and it was a great way to really start to meet other people in the community, meet other members, and just start volunteering at events and really getting involved in the chamber. So that is where my chamber life has really started. And
that chamber life as an ambassador actually got you your next job.
The chamber life as an ambassador actually did get me my next job. I then went to work for another member who is California Premier Restoration, and I was their community relations manager. So building relationships in the community with potential clients and things like that.
So you're telling me that your ambassador role and experience really helped
absolutely
get into that community relations
absolutely.
position.
Yeah, and I just continued on with the ambassador committee and really staying involved in various groups at California Premier Restoration. So and that led me here to join the chamber.
But we missed a step. We missed a step because
we missed a detail.
Last year, Kyle was awarded the Volunteer of the Year award from the Monterey Peninsula Chamber of Commerce, and we haven't stopped congratulating him since because he's been a real asset to us as far as his volunteerism. And so now you're kind of like me. I volunteered for years, and now I have a staff position, and so here you are.
Here I am, a mini Joy Anderson.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think it's wonderful because, again, I see the passion. So, tell me about why you really wanted to work as a staff member.
Sure. I've always found such value in the chamber. Even previously, before I really had gotten involved, I've always seen the value and found the value of the chamber. And so one of my big passions and big goals for the chamber is to really help create new programs to get more member involvement and really make the community feel like they can get involved and they will benefit from the chamber membership and things like that. So that's something that I'm really excited about and really hoping to start to further develop for the chamber and the members.
Well, I'm also hoping because, you and I have, kind of an age gap here going on, and
Not that much.
not that much, but yeah, because the new entrepreneurs and the millennials and things like that, I know a lot of
Absolutely.
businesses are focusing on that, and it's just like, this is our future.
Right.
And so, we want to make sure that we're opening the doors and giving them the development and the way of life in the business world.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping that we can develop some programs together that will really highlight that.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, well, and like we chatted yesterday about even starting to involve even a lower level at that college level. So getting the college students involved in the chamber and really kind of building that relationship as they progress in their futures, I think will be so beneficial for everybody involved.
Well, we live in a small community, and you know that. You grew up here, and a lot of our businesses, were started by our parents and our grandparents, and they've retired out, and so here we are.
Yep.
We need to really concentrate on the new generation,
Absolutely.
so to speak.
The future.
So the future,
Yeah.
definitely. So, what kind of goals do you have?
Personal, professional.
You name it.
Yeah, no, like we were just chatting about, my really big goal is to really start to include that millennial demographic into the chamber and really start to get them more active. So, they are the future of this organization, and now's the perfect time to start getting them involved and getting them participating. And so that's one of my biggest goals, is really starting to include that demographic.
Well, because it's interesting too, because the Chamber of Commerce, well, our Chamber of Commerce, is a good example. We've been around for 109 years.
Right.
And so, back in the day, businesses would join the chamber. It was kind of a twofold thing. When you started a business, you went and got a business license from the city, and you joined the Chamber of Commerce. And so I think now you still have to get the business license, obviously, but people don't understand exactly what the Chamber of Commerce does for you. And I think it's not only the networking and the events, and I think sometimes that's kind of the misnomer of, well, I don't have time to go to events.
Absolutely.
But, the marketing, I think Nicole, our last guest, was talking about how active we are on social media.
Yeah. I think the marketing is a huge thing, but really what you can do to give back to your community is a huge piece of the chamber that is kind of overlooked. And it's maybe not a reason why you would sign up for the chamber and join the chamber. But I think the more you give back to your community, the more you're involved with your community, the more successful the community is as a whole. So I think that's absolutely...
And sometimes giving back doesn't mean that, you're giving money away or
Sure.
products away or services. It is that you're showing that you're supporting the business community.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just by being a member and, being there
Of course.
for folks. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't require, being over the top or anything like that. So, those are the kind of things that I think, for us to get that message out there is really important.
Of course. And I think, too, it's twofold. I think a lot of people, like you said, join the chamber for the networking potentials and things like that. But if you kind of take a step back and build it based on giving back to your community, being an active part of your community, you will have those networking pieces. Those will fall into it naturally. I think that, being involved in perfect example is the ribbon cutting we have this week at the new hotel. Hey, my family's coming to stay. We just went to a new hotel room cutting. You know, it all works together and comes together as one big piece. So,
And exposure for your business,
of course.
definitely.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think one thing that we miss out too is, and you're still, you know, in the process of, you know, learning all these things,
Yeah.
but, you know, the advocacy that we do for businesses, you know, while, you know, you're busy trying to run your business, especially for small businesses, you know, we're taking care of business on the, you know, the city level, the county level, the state level, whatever it might be.
Yeah,
So we're protecting
absolutely.
the interests of business, and I think that's an important piece too, that, you know, people seem to forget that we're doing that. And we have members that come to us with challenges, you know, whether it's a signage or a water issue or, you know, whatever it might be. And, you know, we're there to help them get through all that.
Absolutely.
We might not have the magic wand to make everything, you know, perfect for them, but we certainly can step up and assist.
Sure, absolutely. Or, I mean, even just on the front level of being informed of what's going on, that, you know, these small businesses don't have time to go to every city council meeting, every, you know, water district meeting. Just the fact that we do have a representative going, we are on the front end of that, knowing what's happening, what developments are happening, is absolutely a beneficial, you know, something that's super beneficial for the members.
Somebody said something to me one day. They go, "Your chamber is very active. You guys are at everything." And we go, "Yeah, that's pretty much it." You know?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
you know that even
Yeah.
from being an ambassador.
100%.
I mean, I don't think there were too many events that you missed.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, that's the thing. But would you recommend ambassadorship to
Oh, absolutely.
to folks?
I think that joining the chamber is something that everybody does for various reasons. I think that you will get so much more out of it if you're more involved. The ambassador committee is a fantastic one. You get to meet a lot of people in the community. You get to see a lot of businesses in the community, and you build this network and this partnership with your fellow ambassadors that you're able to really count on them and utilize their skills for what you need in your business and vice versa. So I think that joining a committee, especially the ambassador committee, is a fantastic thing. So.
And it opens doors.
It does.
All kinds of doors.
Yeah.
No, that's great. No, but, you know, really, there's a real deep passion for the folks that serve on the ambassadors. I mean, this is a strictly volunteer position, but they act as the greeters and volunteers for whatever we need.
Absolutely.
But, you know, we did something really great this year is we started volunteering outside of the chamber and doing it for some of our nonprofit members. So tell us about that project.
Yeah, so we actually volunteered at the Monterey County Food Bank recently. There was a group of 8 to 10 of us. And so what we did was we stuffed bags for the USDA bags. And so these bags were for families in need. And really they're a monthly supplement to their groceries. So we were able to stuff 600 bags in 4 hours with kind of our skeleton team. And it was really nice because we were giving back to the community. And there was not one business related item, you know, in that day. And we all just together created our team and went out and did it. And it was super fun, really rewarding, and really nice to give back to the community. So we had a really good time. I know that everybody was super excited to do something else coming up here. So.
Yeah, so I know we're looking for other projects like that.
Are.
So, you know,
Absolutely.
we just tap into our nonprofit membership and
100%.
see where we can help them out. But I think that just goes to prove that, you know, these folks not only are volunteers for the chamber, most of them are volunteers with other organizations. And so, you know, they give up so much time, but we certainly appreciate that.
You know, and I think for us to really develop this program is great. Especially for that millennial demographic. You know, I just heard something the other day on a webinar that the millennial group wants to do something for a purpose. They want a purpose for, you know, for whatever they're doing. So I think that is a great
They're motivated by a cause.
Absolutely.
Motivated by a cause. So,
course,
you know, and
yeah.
it, you know, everybody's cause is a little bit different.
Sure.
But if we can, you know, kind of piggyback onto that and then help them make a difference.
Absolutely.
Then, you know, then I think, we're there. So, you know, so Kyle's now at the chamber. So, you know, if, you know, we have millennial viewers and want to know more about it, then you can just get in touch with Kyle.
Absolutely.
And your email is what?
It's Kyle, Kyle, at montereychamber.com.
Fantastic.
That's
so just, you know, shoot out an email and that'll take care of that.
Yeah.
So what do you think about working at the chamber and sitting in our office trying to learn everything this first week?
You know, I do very well kind of just getting thrown to the fire. I'm absolutely a problem solver and like to find solutions and you know, I work very well in that capacity. So it's been great. It's been super exciting. Like you had mentioned earlier, I had actually applied for a position 6 years ago. And I had interviewed with Judy Fletcher, who was the previous membership manager. And, you know, it just was kind of timing and all of the pieces didn't fall into play. And Jody and I have had another conversation in the last year, and that also timing wasn't just right yet. And so I'm excited that all of the pieces of the puzzle have come together and everything has come into play appropriately, and I'm excited to be here.
Persistence.
Yeah.
Persistence is,
set a goal and never give
set
up.
a goal and never give up. I mean,
No,
you know,
absolutely.
but that's, I mean, we tell businesses that all the time.
100%.
You know, there's going to be great days and there's going to be some days that aren't so great, you know, but, you know, just keep going.
Going
keep
towards
your eye
that
on the
goal.
ball.
That's it.
Keep your eye on the ball and keep going. And not to indicate that we're disorganized at the office or anything like that, but you know, you came in and we are in transition with some, you know, some vacancies and things. So
we're just we go with it, we make it work, and we're excited to kind of start implementing some new things. So
we're very excited to have you, and it's such a pleasure to make the announcement. And let everybody in the community know, because you know, you're a very well-known already and very liked person, and so adding you to the chamber staff is, you know, is an honor for us, and
thank you.
we are very excited, and especially for me, knowing that you and I will be partnering with a lot of the membership, you know, things. And I jokingly told him today, so he would have to pinch hit for me if, you know, if I wasn't able to make the show. So this is kind of like his orientation into that as well. Yeah, the kind of I'll be back kind of a thing. Well, again, my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Best of luck in everything you do. We're here to support you, and you know, go out there and get them.
See you guys around. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Joy.